Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome, love. If you're old, thank you for watching. So today we are going to be talking about Kuhlekonke. So Kuhlekonke has exposed one of the open chat members, which is Sino, for sexualizing her. Now, before we get into anything, guys, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Guys, please don't forget to watch the ads as well as click that thank you button. If you're a small YouTuber wanting to promote your YouTube channel, please hit me up on my Instagram or comment down below. We will talk. I'll be doing this for free of charge, as I understand how hard or difficult it may be to promote your business out there. When you hit me up on Instagram, please send me a 1-minute video of you explaining what your YouTube channel is about and the link to your channel. Nonetheless, please grab yourselves something to drink. My kid glass is back, or a vase as you would say, so please grab yourself something to drink. So wow. So guys, today we're going to be talking about Kuhlekonke. So I'm going to be reading a tweet here that I got from Kaul. It's Kuhlekonke, who recently visited Open Chess Podcast, calls out the producer Percy, I'm not even going to read his surname, for enabling the sexualization of guests and him turning a blind eye. Kuhlekonke opens up about being humiliated and sexualized by the host of Open Chess Podcast, Sino. Now, I'm going to play the video up next and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Was pulling out sexual content out of the smallest things, I would say. There was a point where I told him my nickname and he had a sexual connotation to it. The producer himself told me how he was in utter disbelief of what was happening during the show. There are different segments where he sexualized me, and you can go watch the podcast to see this. We're innocently talking about how, certain people hide behind their sexuality to achieve certain things. And I related on a story and I spoke about Tatrapi, and he goes on and speaks about how my boobs stand up when I took off my shirt. Not once did I provide any substance for him to sexualize me like that. Another segment, we speak about me being single for 2 years, and it goes about how it's tight now. I'll show you the video.
Explain that.
And it goes more smaller.
It's fine. It's fine. The next person will be like, trying to kill me.
So there's something.
I spoke about being single. Not once did I make it sexual. So why did he have to make it sexual? Could he not have answered me with the same intellect that I was providing him? There are many other segments in that podcast that when I said something, it was sexualized unnecessarily. Because he does not respect females, nor does he respect his guests. Next day, the producer called me. As you can see, it's a 30-minute call on how he apologizes and how he didn't expect it to turn out like this. And he's so sorry. And he wants to give me some type of justice, as he claims. To give me justice because he wants me back on the podcast because he really enjoys how I think. I told him that, you know what, if you don't change it, you choose it. He began to plead with me and ask me that how can he make it better? How can he give me the justice? I told him how can he let his hosts sexualize and disrespect his guests like that, even after you said that it won't be if I don't provide the substance and I stand my ground. I understand if I spoke about sexual things and they stemmed off of that, they would be on me, but I did not provide any substance to be sexualized like how I did. And Mr. Producer then on the call told me how he knows how Sino is and all he thinks about his sexual things and he has no substance and he's shallow, but they are in the process of removing him. Honestly, I don't care about your internal affairs. I told you where I stand and you could not respect that. On this call, he also mentioned how he was speaking to his other host as the show was going on, that he likes this new girl and the hosts are providing shallow substance and they're not utilizing our intellect. He then began to beg and plead me to come back on the show again. I hate that the most evidence that I have of this whole experience was that one call. The call then ended with him saying, what can he do to bring me back on the pod? And I told him that, you know what, I'll think about it, but remove all the sexual content that was fished unnecessarily that I did not provide substance for. He agreed to this. I repeat, he agreed to this. But I guess Mr. Podcast of the Year only cares about views.
So guys, honestly, I don't know how to put it, but I know people are gonna come to me saying this. I know baby girl was sexualized on the show and I'm very sorry for her experience. However, guys, you guys know what Open Chess Podcast does. Guys, everybody knows how Sino is on Open Chess Podcast. And the fact that she didn't do research, she should have researched, okay, I'm invited to the show. Let me do my research. Let me go to the episodes. Let me go through a few episodes to see how certain people act around new guests. honestly, God, anyway, let's read the comments. Uti, omunye ati. She planned this prior attending the podcast. Everyone knows what goes on in that podcast. So if she really didn't want to be sexualized, why did she go there? Fusek Ntombazane uyasidakelwa. And then omunye under ati, exactly, this is the first time I saw the podcast and it was all about sex and nothing else. Did she think she was going to be an exception? Guys, when you watch Open Chats podcast, all they talk about is ashkarinding, which is to chop. How their sexual experiences are, it's always got to do with something sexual. So the fact that she thought she would have been an exception and they would have talked about something else is crazy to me. However, I am not discrediting the fact that she felt that she was sexualized. That's why I keep saying that. I'm going to say that I'm sorry that was her experience. But guys, when you watch Open Chess podcast, then the other comment is she faked, laughed along and continued with the podcast until it was done. Why didn't she call them to order? That's what I'm also saying while on the show. Or just stand up and leave when she felt they crossed the line. This won't help at all. Unfortunately, I think this will help as to when they invite their future guests, they will try and consider how they feel. So I saw a video saying that they might they might remove Sino. Guys, Sino Mto Photo, the new peeps is what open chat podcast is about, and to have Sino removed honestly would be boring for me. I wouldn't watch the show or the podcast. I wouldn't watch it anymore. Honestly, I just feel like, guys, when you invited someone, it's like going for an interview. The first thing you do is what, Google the address to make sure it's legit, check the place out, do your research. So why didn't she do that? Because guys, Open Chats podcast is all about talking about all the sex and all that and da 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 da. It's got to do with sexual most of the time. Sometimes they do obviously try and be a bit different where they talk about current affairs or things that are happening. But 90% of the topics are sexual. So honestly, I don't know what a baby girl expected, but anyway, from me to her, I'm sorry she experienced that. I hope for the future guests to come that they treat them a bit better. But anyway, guys, comment down below if you feel about this situation. If you like such content, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do the love you guys.